Okay, welcome back. I hope that you've already seen the first video. We just did this one. I already have it attached to the cover. So that's that. I want to work on this page now, this first page. So what I've done is I've got a paint sample card. Yeah, I think I'm going to make this into a pocket actually. So I'm going to need to trim a little of that down. Hopefully that will work. Let's see. It looks like it will fit. Let's do a little inking around the edges. Oh, I hope this mic is working. When I don't use a mic at all, it's just the sound is quiet, and even when I'm editing and I tell it I want to put the volume up, it doesn't really make a difference. It's still, yeah, the struggles. Okay, now I've got, sorry, I'm reaching. I have stuff hanging on my camera stand. I have stuff hanging everywhere, honestly, but I don't think I'm the only one that's craft room is just crazy like that. So I think I want to put this, all it is grocery sack. I just did some stitching in a straight line, and then when I was done, I just tore the paper. Because of course, if you try to sew something that thin, it's going to be extremely hard. So I ripped it after, and it seemed to work out really well. So I'm going to put this along the top of the pocket. Probably shouldn't be doing this right on top of the book. Glue oozing out and making a wreck of it. Okay. So let's just glue that on. I'm just going to, of course, glue down 3 sides because it's a pocket. Yeah, I might have to clamp that. Gotta say. I don't think it's gonna cooperate. All right, so while that is drying, let's do, I'm gonna put a little something up here. I have printed out, this is from one of my spring digitals. It's the dictionary words. And I have one that has like rainbow colors. It's the same words, it just has a different background. It has like rainbowish. And then I have another one that I think is grungy. And then there's just the white. So I just printed out the white, and I'm actually going to cut okay, so which word do I want to use on that page? Maybe let's do sunshine. I have stuff stacked everywhere. It's like I'm just waiting for the moment when everything topples over and falls into my recording area. It is a messy messy hobby for sure. Okay. So I want to get that word. Of course, ink around the edges. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it like this. Need a little something else down here. So what I did is I got just a scrap of fabric and used permanent black ink, archival ink from Ranger. And yeah, I just did a butterfly stamp on that, and then I did some stitching. So I'm going to put that on, but I want to put a piece of this underneath so it kind of ties together from, you see that same fabric there. Yeah, I just want to make sure I see that black and white, you know, enough. Oh, let's see, we got a string here. Rogue string. There we go. So cute. I'm just trying to kind of pull the two pages together. You know, we have some blue here, blue here. Of course, I just pointed out that gingham fabric. I'm just trying to, you know, we have brown, brown. I'm just trying to make it, you know, go together a little bit at least. I know it's a junk journal and it doesn't need to, but. Okay, and then, where'd it go? In my mess, where did it go? Okay, so I have, this is from a digital of mine as well. I just cut out that tag. I thought that would look good right there. I think I'm going to do something up here, and of course ink around the edges. I mean, it's not really necessary. Actually, yeah, it's not really necessary. I need to remember I'm doing a colorful journal and I don't need to ink around everything. I'm just in the habit of it, so you know how it is. Okay, so let's put something up there. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put a little bit of ribbon. So I'm going to punch the hole. Then I've already punched this out, so I'm just going to glue that on. I might have to wait for this to dry for a little bit before I put the ribbon through. I'm going to use this ribbon. It'd be pretty cute. So let me just cut off a bit of that. And I'm really bad about cutting it too short, so hopefully I won't cut it too short. Did I? Probably. Okay. Fold that in half. Feed that through and pull out those ends. Oh, I didn't cut it too short this time. There, that looks cute. That can go right in there. This page need, you know, I want to put a little dangle here, but I'm worried it will get caught on the butterfly when the book is closed. So I'm gonna have to refrain from putting dangles on this tag. I am gonna put a little hole here. And a couple pieces of these that I cut too short for something else. So we'll make use of them. There. Now let's see if that looks better. That works. I like it. That's a good opening page when you first open the journal. You might have noticed I haven't shown you the front of the journal, and that is because I haven't finished the front of the journal. Yeah, I'm going back and forth on how to decorate the front. I'll show you what it looks like. The fabric is pretty bright, and there's little sparkles in it. I did ink around the edges, but I'm having a hard time deciding what to put on the front. So that's why I hadn't really shown it yet. But of course, I'm going to cover up most of the front, so you'll just see the fabric around the edges. But yeah, I'm just struggling with how to decorate it. Are you like that? Is it hard for you when you're doing a journal? Is it hard for you to decide what to put on the front of the book? I really struggle with that almost every time. I sometimes spend hours just thinking about which way I want to do it. So yeah, sometimes I wonder if other people are like that too. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to do was, you know, you get these cool book pages, like, for example, Edith Holden books. And, you know, upside down. You can, you know, cut tags, make some cute tags or pockets or whatever, but sometimes you want to use the whole image. You don't want to cut it and lose part of it when you're doing tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a flip out. We're going to cut this up. Well, let's just do it. I need to find what page I want to do it on. I want to do it on, I don't know if I want to do it in this signature. Sometimes I skip. I'll do something in the first signature, something in the next, something in the next, and then I go back and I do it that way so that if the book starts getting too chunky, it's not like, oh, I've only decorated the first signature, but I have an alligator mouth already. So if you kind of divide it up between the different signatures when you're decorating, you're less likely to, you know, it's less likely to go out of control and end up an alligator mouth. So maybe I'll do this one. This is just a plain white piece of paper, and it's a little bit heavier too. So, okay. So what I want to do is get a piece of, I'm going to set this aside, just a piece of, I need to mark that page somehow. Look for it again. Okay. So the pages are 5.5 inches. Most of them. I mean, the digitals that I printed out, of course, you have to cut that border off, so they're a little bit shorter, but most of the other pages are 5.5 by 8.5. So what we want to do is score it. Where is my scoreboard? I just want to score it so it's about 5 inches. The back of it will be 5 inches. We're going to make it like a fold in like this. 2 3/4 and 3 3/4, 4, 5, 6, 7 3/4. That should give us 5, right? So what I want to do is we have this, you know, overlap a little bit. We're going to take our page, and this is the page that I want to use. So of course we're going to have to cut off some of it, but we're going to make it overlap into like a little fold. So I have to get a little tricky. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut it 5 inches out of the middle. Let me just mark it, and then I think that will be easier. All right, I'm just going to make some marks. Okay, I'm just going to cut along those marks. Okay, so this is the section we're using. I know I'm going to have to cut off a little bit because, of course, the page is 8.5 inches tall, and I think this is more, yeah. So it looks like we can just cut the top. I'm going to do a little under 8.5, just so we have a slight border. Okay. So I shouldn't have put this knife away yet. Okay, so I need to go right there. That's where the 2 edges will meet. There we go. All right. I love this because we have the birds and we have the flowers, and it's just perfect for spring. So all I need to do now is glue that down to that flap and this one down to this flap so that when you close it, it just looks like the book page, right? And try to get it as close to that crease you can. Okay, now we'll do this side. I'll open it up like this. And I'm just using Elmer's glue. Art glitter glue would work as well. I mean, well, there's lots of different glues that would work, honestly. Okay, try to get that close to that fold, like so. Okay. Looking lovely. Right. That is a super fast and easy way to use a book page or an image in a book that you want to not cut up, and this way you can still see the image. You don't lose the page because you still have just as much writing space when you open it up. Actually more, because you have the flaps. So I'm all for lots of writing space. So that is a great way to do that. Let's find our spot. Hopefully we can get through at least a few pages in this video. I think I bit off more than I could chew saying that we would decorate the whole book, because I don't think there's any way to do it on camera. It would take me like a week. So I'll just give you some ideas, and then when I'm finished, I will, of course, do a flip through of the whole thing. So, okay, we want to put it on this side. So we're just simply going to glue that down. Really, you only need to go around the edges, honestly. Okay, so that's what it will look like. Okay, so that's 2 down. All right, I think we're going to work on this page now, and this is kind of a heavier page, just cardstock. This is signature 1, signature 2. So we're back to working on, well, let's see, we were in signature 3 for this one. So we haven't done anything in signature 2 yet. So what I want to do, move that out of the way. I'm going to make a writing card that flips. So let's see, so it's 5.5 inches wide. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than that. We'll do 5.25. And then, so when I fold it in half, it'll be 4.25 inches, which I feel like is a little too tall. Well, you know what? I think that might just work. We'll just have a bigger writing card. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that in half. Now I want to make a tag to put in that. We're going to make it into a pocket. So I think this color will go well with the page I picked out because the page has pink and yellow. So let me see. We can make it almost as tall as the page. We'll do it 8.5 inches tall. And then if we have to cut some off the bottom, if it's way too tall, we'll just do that. Okay, I can make it pretty wide. So I'm going to do 4 inches wide. I think I need a new blade. And this is pretty thick cardstock, so I don't need to back it with anything. I do want to make it into a tag shape. So I'm just going to cut a corner, take that piece, flip it around, and cut the second corner. They will match. That's a pretty tall tag. So I'm going to place this down. So it's just going to be a flip up writing card. And then I'm leaving this side not glued so we can use it for a pocket as well. Yeah, that's going to end up being too tall, isn't it? Okay, so, you know, I have a cool punch that I've had a while. And I think this would be the perfect time to use it. Makes this pretty flower design. We can make, yeah. It leaves a mess on your desk though. Okay, now I gotta line this up. Nope, I'm way off. Come on, guys, what are you doing? You're not telling me I'm doing this wrong. Maybe you did speak up and I didn't hear you. Where are you? I'm gonna have to go way back. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Ah, still got to do another one. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay. You know what? This is pretty old and I don't know if they even make it anymore, but I will see if I can find a link for it for you. See if they still make them. So look how cute that is. All right. Now I'm just going to, of course, glue 3 sides. Now I want to really make sure that that is creased good. All right, so that's glued down. Now for the tag, I do think I'm going to have to cut a little off. I mean, I could let the tag poke up a little bit, but I still think we're going to have to cut a little bit off the bottom. And I know this glue is not dry yet, but I think that will be perfect. All right. So now I want to put something on the front. Okay, so I can put this cute little rain boots. I just made this on Canva, and it's not part of one of my digitals though. I inked around it with some blue ink. So what I need to do, figure out where to attach this so that it will hang over this pocket. So I'm going to put the tag in the pocket. Then just attach, just glue up here so that when you put it in the pocket, it hangs over and it helps keep this down. I'm just thinking I might need to put something a little heavier on the back. Maybe I'll put a little bit of this because this paper, brown paper, is a bit more rigid than the little tag. So just to give this little helper a little more strength to hold that down. I mean, I don't think it would end up being bent or anything, but I overthink. That's what I do. Okay. Now, here we go. Glue the top of this to the tag. Don't go down too far, Sharon. You're going to glue it. I need to scoot it over a little bit. All right. And set that aside for now. Okay, so let's do something here. I cut out another one of the little dictionary words. I thought that would go good because we have rain boots on this page. So do rain, stormy sky. How fitting. Blue on rain. I'm thinking, I know, the gingham staples. Like so. Sorry for the squeak here. All right, now I'm going to try to glue that down. Actually, I'm going to put some parchment paper underneath just in case some glue seeps out through those little holes. Okay, so also on this page, I think I want to put a page tab here. And I already made one. Where did I put it? I really need to clean off my desk. So I think this here. Bring our tag back. Check it, test it, test it, test it. That's kind of close, but it is what it is. All right, so let's put eyelid up here. I've already got the hole punched. Eyelet through here. Sure, you've seen this before. That still feels a little damp. I don't think the glue is dry yet. So let's find something to put through the eyelet. Okay, I'm just going to get some pretty blue ribbon. This is such a weird angle to try to tie things. I want to make sure that the camera sees it. Okay. Go. Looking cute. All right, so what do we think about the eyelet there? I think so. That looks cute. All right, I think it would be really nice if we could put like a little charm, some kind of little dingle there. So let me go see what I have. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of silver. The silver ones I have are either super tiny or they are Christmas. I don't know, do I need... So this one says choose happy. Little tag that says choose happy, and I think that fits. That fits for any journal. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might need... I'm going to do a bulb pin to hold this on. Whoops. As I drop it, I do have a silver bulb pin, so that works. Win-win. Yeah, this way. I'm going to make sure it's... I guess it doesn't matter. It's going to kind of rotate, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Can't see. There we go. That's going to hang down a bit, but I think that's okay. It just adds character. All right, now where is our tag? Oh, it's right there in front of me. Okay. Now let's check this out. That is really cute, but I still feel like it needs something else. Okay, so I have Tim Holtz's new die cut that makes this, you know, it looks like it's torn out of a notebook. So I'm going to use a little piece of that. I need to remove that for a second. And then I've just typed out this original. Glue those together. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick that. It's not dry. It's moving around. Okay. It's okay. Let's stick that up there. I think that will be what, I hope this will help. I just felt like it still needed something. I'll just put this in here for a second to see what it looks like. Yep, I think that looks great. Now I'm going to take it out so that can dry. All right, so that's 3 down. I lied. I decided I wanted to do a little bit of stamping on this. I'm going to do a little bit here. And a little bit up here. There. Just the little details. Sometimes they can make a difference, you know. Actually, most of the time they make a difference, right? Okay. There we go. I think that looks awesome. Okay, so moving on. I picked another page to work on. This page is one of my digitals. So this gingham is in the print. So this is all just a printed page. And I cut out one of the tags that go along, you know, that is in the digital. I cut one of those out so it's the same, you know, same image. I just thought we could decorate this page. So what I've done is I got some of the purple paper that I dyed with the fabric dye and sewn a little bit of gingham on top of that. And then I put the Lily dictionary word. So I'm going to make a pocket out of this. This purple paper turned out so pretty. I'm just going to attach that to the page. Okay, so the tag should fit in there just fine. I want to decorate the page a little bit more. So let's see, what could we add? Let's do some of this tissue paper. I guess it doesn't matter if it's upside down or not, right? I'm just going to add a little color to this page. It's a little bit plain on the background, so just needs a little help. And the reason I chose purple, I mean, not that it really matters because things don't have to match, but the reason I chose purple to go on this pocket was because you can see purple peeking out because there's a purple page back here. So I kind of thought it was cool to kind of add purple to the opposite page. It kind of all ties in together. Okay, I think I'm going to add some of this too. This is just that paper bag that I ran a stitch down. I'm just going to put some of that on the edge. Adds a little bit of character. All right, now for the tag itself. Let's see, what could we do here? I mean, it's pretty as it is. It's not like it needs something, but I want to put in I know I love the black with the white numbers. I could put that there, or put it on here. I think it stands out more on the page, though. Honestly, I'm going to put it on the page. Love all those layers. Okay, does this need anything else? Let's see, we could put... Yeah, maybe I'll put that on there. I'll just ink the edges a little bit so it stands out. And I think I'll actually staple it on there. I think the staples look cute. We still need to put something on top. We could do more gingham, but that might be too much. Let's try some lace. Okay, rather than punching a hole in it, I think I'm just going to sew this. Just going to stitch along the top. Of course, that's way too long. Wonder if we could even fold it again. Yep, I'm just going to go and do a straight stitch and just stitch that on real quick. Okay, and we can just, distress this, tear it up a little bit, make it a little more grungy and raggedy. Good. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? Love it. You know what? I think I'm going to put a little safety pin here. Got this little bitty guy. I'll just add a little something there. If I can get it through all those layers of lace. There we go. Oh, that's cute. All right, that page looks awesome. Really love it, how it all comes together. Oh, I think I want to put a little hole right there and put a string, kind of tie that around. Oh, where does my punch? Yeah, maybe just... there. So obviously, I have a lot more pages to decorate, and takes a while. Some of these pages take a while to do, so don't know if I'm going to be recording any more of the process, but I just kind of wanted to give you some ideas. I guess you'll see how the rest of it goes when I do the flip through, but a lot of them I just put something on the edge of the page. It doesn't have to have a pocket and a tag on every page. I think it's important, at least my opinion is, I think it's important to leave, a fair amount of writing space. And if whoever ends up with the journal isn't somebody who likes to write a lot, they can always just fill it in with, their stickers or favorite things. But at least there's the option to have writing space, if they are somebody who likes to journal. So I will let you go for now. Thank you for staying until the end of this video and bearing with me, and be watching for the flip through of the final project. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Oh, make sure to leave your comments. Bye-bye.